Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into an online retailer called Roan. It seems to have just materialized out of thin air, offering these completely impossible discounts
Impossible is the right word. We're talking 70, even 90% off.
on electronics, household goods, things that should have a real price tag. So a listener shared some sources that analyze their business model. And our mission here is to really pull apart the reported operational patterns. We're focusing on consumer transparency and, the sustainability of those marketing claims.
Right. And just to be clear, what we're doing here is providing educational commentary. It's an analysis of business operations and transparency, not any kind of purchasing advice.
So where do we even begin, I guess, with the digital footprint?
Yeah, that's the best place to start. The sources all note that Roan is very, very new. It just doesn't have a typical retail track record.
Meaning what exactly?
Sure.
Like no reviews to look at.
Minimal verifiable reviews, yeah.
Yep.
And zero social media history, no established customer support, anything.
So it's essentially a store with no past.
Exactly. And that leads directly to the pricing, which is
Well, it's fascinating.
fascinating is one word for it. The source mentioned tools that normally cost hundreds selling for pocket change.
Yeah, and that's the primary red flag. Legitimate retailers survive on what, single-digit margins. So offering these huge, widespread discounts, it's just not sustainable. Not for brand name products.
So it's not a real sales model.
It points towards something else entirely. Maybe a way to just capture capital or payment data quickly.
The pricing is wild, but the rabbit hole gets deeper when you look for a paper trail. Or the complete lack of one.
Right. There's this operational obscurity that the source highlights.
No identifiable company name, no physical address.
Nothing. Ownership is completely unclear, and all contact is routed through these generic web forms or just vague emails.
That immediately brings up the question of accountability, doesn't it?
It's the central question. When a corporate identity is hidden like that, what recourse does a consumer actually have? If there's an issue with fulfillment or quality, there's no one to hold accountable. And the website itself seems to back that up. It feels intentionally obscure.
How so?
Well, the policies seem to be just copied and pasted from somewhere else. Product descriptions don't always match the images, and the return policy seems written specifically to limit what a guaranteed refund even means.
That's a classic.
Okay, so we've covered the shaky structure and the lack of identity, but what happens when someone actually clicks buy? What about fulfillment?
This is the most critical data point.
The reports, even for how new this site is, are just bizarre.
Bizarre in what way?
So one buyer, expecting a high-end drill for about $30, reported receiving an unbranded set of chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Yeah.
Wow. That kind of mismatch is a signature move, and it points to a severe breakdown in, well, any kind of reliable fulfillment infrastructure.
And I'm guessing customer support was no help at all.
A total black hole. No
Yeah.
replies, no tracking updates, no refunds. The sources indicate that when an issue comes up, they just go silent. So when you piece it all together, what really stands out is this pattern,
Extreme growth through these unbelievable prices.
coupled with a completely opaque ownership structure and, documented failures in fulfillment and customer service.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Based on the reported lack of transparency and all these operational irregularities, the source suggests that engaging with this platform is, well, it's a high-risk purchasing environment.
So if you do decide to proceed, you have to be careful. The sources suggest using payment methods that offer strong buyer protection.
Absolutely. Which brings up a final thought, maybe.
Let's hear it.
If the cost of an item seems too good to be true, how much of that price is paying for the product itself? And how much is paying for the risk assessment you have to do before you even click buy?
Something to mull over next time you see one of those ads.